Hello everyone, this is Palladium Star Healer. I'm bringing you the Pick a Crystal, the message from your guides. So I want you to take a moment and pick the crystal that calls to you the most. We have Amethyst, Desert Rose, and Blue Kyanite. So we're going to start off with Amethyst first. So this is the Amethyst. So the question we're going to be asking ourselves here is what energy your guides want to bring forth to you. And the first card we have is Take a Moment. So your guide wants to bring the energy of stillness, to bring silence to the chaos within. Perhaps you're having too much mental noise in your mind, probably a very conflicted mindset right now. And so the energy that's coming forth from you guys, they're asking you to vibrate gently and to be willing to shift your way of thinking, whether the decision is external or the decision is of self, to make the conscious choice of obtaining clarity is by being in stillness. That is where your power lies. This also has to do about thinking before you act, thinking before you move forward, allowing yourself to see the signs, wait for signs to know whether something is good for you or not. Also to allow what you feel inside not to allow what you feel inside to affect your outer, or perhaps not rushing. Perhaps you need to be very careful with being impulsive, and to also ask them or yourself, for higher, for guidance. And, there has to be some type of stillness, some type of peace. So you might be feeling hopeless, conflicted, indecisive about something, kind of lost. Okay? So that is the energy your guys want to bring forth. Now the next one is a message your guides want you to know now, like what they want to give you. And they want to give you to let go. So I feel like this is about letting go of the outcome, letting go of expectations, trusting that everything that's happening is to bring you further into alignment, and yes, of course, life can be unjust at times. It can be difficult. It could be dreadfully exhausting, but you are the source of power, and you still have the ability to rise above circumstances. Okay, to be open, taking, perhaps an alternative route, releasing, self-doubt, or, doubt in your ability to trust yourself, to actually trust your higher self, trust something outside of yourself, that everything that's happening, it's because it's what's good for you. Okay? So now we see, next question is what your guide has been trying to convey to you this whole time. And we have seek. So I feel like this has to do with seeing beyond what is in front of you. Because, we have take a moment. So this is probably about decisions, coming to a firm decision, or a person, or a situation. So see beyond what is in front of you. To step back into awareness and view things from a higher standpoint. Perhaps even seeking the understanding of yourself, or perhaps even seeking out support, in understanding, furthering perhaps spiritual information and practices, to actually seek out some sort of connection, or to look beyond what you're being shown in the physical world. Okay. So the next question is how to be more open to receiving messages from your guides. And we have a study. You have study. So I feel like you have to be willing to learn new things. Perhaps even changing old beliefs, be more receptive and flexible. Perhaps researching and studying things you don't know or understand. So sometimes we have to, I always tell people, study people, study the situation, see beyond what you're being shown, analyze. So if it's for a person or situation, you're being asked to study, and you have the card before, seek out the truth, study things. But you can only do that with patience and in a state of peace, because if you're doing everything with chaos, you're going to get confused, and that's where the indecisiveness comes from, because there's no clarity, so you just have to take it easy and just study the situation, study yourself, get to know yourself also, get to know who you are at the bottom of everything. And so the last question is how your guides are helping you on your journey. And we have receive. So I feel like the situations that are happening, they're trying to teach you to be more receptive of the information, to be able to be open-minded and flexible to learning new things. And also like learning how to give, but also be willing to receive as well. As long as there's boundaries in place, you can have a good balance, between giving and receiving. So the situations you're going through is, even though it may feel like the opposite, but everything is a lesson. So you have to ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? So perhaps it's trying to teach you that it's okay to give, but you also have to be open to receiving, and you have to be open to receiving the truth. For people or situations, we could be in a state of denial where we don't want to receive the truth. We're blinded to it. So you have to be open to receive clarity. Okay? So for those who picked the Amethyst Pile number 1, that is your message from your guides. So now we're going to go to the Desert Rose. So this is the Desert Rose. Very beautiful. So let's see what your guides have for you. So the first question is the energy your guides want to bring forth. And we have relationships. So I feel like there might be issues with relationships, issues with connecting with others. Perhaps you're always seeking connection with others, helping others when they're in need. Also, your lesson is learning most through these relationships. Or you probably have a question about a relationship. So the energy that's coming forth has to do with connections. It could also be about the relationship within yourself, or to be a little bit more aware or evaluate the relationships outside of you. Okay? So then we have a message your guides want to give right now. And we have support. So there's another connection card here. So as I was saying before, everyone is a lesson. So, people come in and out of your life for a reason, right? So even if you're having a difficult time right now during relationships, just know, or maybe feeling disconnected, know that you are supported. Also, if you're always like by yourself, isolated, introverted, this also could be about seeking connection, seeking relationships, seeking out support. Also, if you are surrounded by people, it is asking you to ask yourself the company that you keep. Do they support you? Do they encourage you to learn and to grow? Is there an exchange of energy? So it's basically evaluating your support of others, but also of people who support you. So, and also to ask yourself, do you support others the way you're supposed to? Do you hold space for others, or do you take more than what you give? Okay, so like, you also have to evaluate the relationships that you hold. Are you the one who takes more than what they give? Okay, so you have to be aware about that. So the next one is what your guide has been trying to convey to you. And we have just acts. So if you have been feeling disconnected or having issues with relationships and connection with people, your guides want you to know that, one, that you're not alone. That's why you have the support card. And this card is saying, to ask your higher self, your guides, your angels, whatever you really feel connected to. Given that everyone feels like they have guides and everyone feels connected, but everyone is connected to a source, whether it's their higher self or something outside of them. Okay? This is about connecting with your inner knowing, and being open to synchronicity and watching for signs to answer about the concerns that you have. Okay, so sometimes we forget to ask, but I feel like sometimes it's superficial. We don't really ask the way we're supposed to, or sometimes we're so consumed by our emotion that we forget. So reach out. They want you to reach out and ask, and to really pay attention to the signs that they're providing with you. Because if you see the hands, they have the hands extended out to the other. So they are offering signs. You just have to pay a little bit more attention. Okay. So the next question is how to be more open to receiving messages from your guides. And we have believe. Well, definitely, I think that's pretty accurate, right? We have to believe that we are connected. We have to believe that they want to help us. So this is about self-belief, getting rid of self-doubt. As I said before, believing you're connected to, just connected in general, and to the divine, and believing that you can move forward, believing that things can get better, especially if the relationship is healthy, because every relationship has its up and down. It's not perfect. It takes work on both ends. So if you're having a rough go at it, things can get better. It does take self-belief on both parts for things to work. Okay, this also could be about getting rid of negative self-beliefs or feeling defeated. Okay, so then the next question is how your guides are helping you on your journey. And we have fun. So perhaps you're taking life a little too seriously, and you're probably not feeling too well, probably a little bit of misery happening. So they want to encourage you to have fun, to be a child once again, do activities you enjoy. I feel like this could also be about the inner child healing childhood trauma, because childhood trauma could be reflected in the situations and relationships that you're engaging in. You will find that certain behaviors that the people are doing around you remind you of situations that perhaps your parents have put you through. So, it could be that, or it can also feel like healing the connection with our mothers and fathers, because that's also, childhood healing. Or, this could be engaging in activities that bring you happiness. And when you are doing something for yourself, that it's a big, way of promoting self-love, happiness. And it also, with that kind of energy, because you're so happy and you're doing the things you love, that kind of energy brings opportunity. It opens the gate for good things to come through, so go dance, sing, laugh, because as they say, laughter is the best medicine. Okay, so remember that yes, you want to live, you want to work hard, but remember to also enjoy life. Okay, so now we're going to go into the last pile, which is the blue Kyanite. So this is the blue Kyanite. if you chose this piece. One of my favorites too. So let's put that to the side and we're gonna get to it. So the energy your guides want to bring forth. And we have hope. Okay, so they want to remind you to have hope. Perhaps you're feeling a little hopeless, depression, sadness, perhaps even caught in a difficult situation, struggling mentally, emotionally. They want to bring forth for you to remain hopeful, to encourage you to keep believing, and that you can overcome any situation and to trust your instincts. As they always said, the last thing that should ever go away should be hope. One should always have hope, no matter how bleak situations or dire things may seem. One should never lose hope. Okay, so then we have a message your guides wants to give now. We have love. So the message they want to give you is asking you to embody the energy of love, to have more compassion towards yourself and others, to evaluate and weed out the ones who don't empower you. If you're having difficult situation with love connections, things will improve, because you have hope and love. So have a little bit of more hope. If this is for love, have a little bit more hope that things would improve. This is also a message about taking care of yourself, self-love, nurturing yourself. Sometimes it is good to take a moment to take a break and heal yourself and love yourself. And usually that's what both parties need. Okay, and even if you're single, still self-love and nurturing of yourself is so important. And to understand that love is not a fixed destination, but it is a journey. Okay. So then we have what your guide has been trying to convey to you. And we have cleanse. So I feel like this is like purging, getting rid of what no longer serves you. This could perhaps be a ritual cleanse. Perhaps you need to partake in a ritual of some sort, cleaning out negative vibrations, life cleansing your journey, getting rid of people who are in your way. Again, like self-care. Perhaps you need to drink more water. Perhaps you even need to do a physical detox, or removing like alcohol, smoking, things that are no good for your body, caffeine, sugar, etc. And it's time for some type of rebalance, some type of detox, to like a clean new slate. For relationship wise, this could be also it, that things are going to start being more like a clean slate. Okay, so just to have a little bit of hope, take care of yourself, and just know that everything is going to be okay. And then we have how to be more open to receiving messages from your guides. And we have inspire passion. So when filled with ignited passion, the flow is more fluid, okay? So engage in practices that aid in perhaps like Kundalini awakening, going back to things that you love. Perhaps even rekindle passion in relationships. If you're feeling lethargic, it means that there's vital energy that's needed right now. So if you're feeling like unmotivated, there definitely needs to be some type of inspired passion intervention. Okay. So for relationships, like I said, this could be rekindling of passion, or someone new could be entering your life and bringing along that passion. So before that person arrives, you definitely want to cleanse and detox, and basically heal, do a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love. So when you enter this new relationship, it's healthy, and you're not triggered every step into the relationship. Okay. So then we have how your guides are helping you on your journey. And we have soul power. So they want you to, or try to help you to step into your power, okay? To remind you that you are powerful and that the answers you seek are within you. Okay, so if you're experiencing synchronistic events, dreams, like gut feelings, pay attention, trust the guidance that you're receiving, and just honor yourself, and work on feeling worthy, and that's how you can also make relationships function, finding things that inspire you, and stepping fully into your power. Okay, so keep having some hope. So that is the end of the Pick a Crystal reading message from your guides. I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and stay tuned for more Pick a Crystal readings in the future. Again, I'm Palladian Star Healer. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.